Oh, yeah, we should light that one too.
Hi, everyone. This is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. We're here to do the morning motivation meditation. I will get used to that. So,
good morning.
I'm here with Ashley, as usual, to do our morning motivation. So we'll give it a few minutes for people to hop on.
We're a little late this morning. We are really
a little late.
But we're really prepared. Today's going to be a good one.
Prepared.
Also, can you guys see our awesome little don't hate meditate? It's gorgeous, right?
So I will suggest that if you can, please get some paper, pen, take some notes if you need to. If not, just really soak in the information today, because what we're focusing on is about mindfulness and how to be patient with ourselves and others through the changes that we're going through, right? Ashley has a lot of information. Hi, Tonk. Good to see you this morning. I have a lot of information, like exercises that you can do to turn around fearful thinking.
We're throwing in some exercises today too, instead of just, our normal little meditation and, a little bit of motivation. We're adding exercise in there too.
Yeah.
Ooh, yay,
yeah.
Right?
So today will be an exercise and then affirmation.
Look at this. Look at this messiness. Bad hair don't care.
Like seriously, y'all.
We show up.
It's who we are. So you either like it or you love it. But so anyway, I hope everyone is doing well this morning.
I just caught what you said. You either like it or you love it. Great, so we got 4 people here this morning. Who else is here? Say good morning.
How's everyone doing this Saturday morning?
Is it cold where you are? Because it's freaking freezing.
It's not terrible yet, but it's the problem in South Carolina is that it goes from like 90 one day, and then around this time of year it drops to like 50, 60, and I don't know. I mean, it's like probably you'll get in the middle of the day and it'll be like 72, and then nighttime will hit and all of a sudden it's like 64, and you're like, what the hell happened? Like you'll go in somewhere and come out and be like, holy cow. It's one of those times of years where you have to have a lot of layers on, because during the day, like when the sun starts coming out, then you have to strip everything off. So if you have a lot of layers,
we layer here in South Carolina.
Yes, we do. So, all right. Well,
nobody else is going to say good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. If you are new, I am Jessica. I run Whispers of Grace Healing, and this is my friend Ashley, who just started up her own YouTube channel and Instagram for doing the same thing. So she's on here to help me, and we make a great team. So
I know, don't be shy, y'all. We ain't shy. We ain't shy on this channel.
No, and everyone, like when you get into the comment section, my people will take good care of you. They're great. You'll have a good time. So, do it.
You subbed?
You subbed.
What? What are you saying that? Oh, you jumped in and we're telling people to not be shy? Is that what you're saying? Or do you want a sub? I would love a sub. I don't. Y'all, our detox is going pretty good. Okay, yeah, I got you. You jumped in and helped us tell everybody not to be shy.
Yeah.
But they're still being shy. We have 7 people on.
Okay.
So sorry, y'all. My wife is awesome. She just like popped up at the glass window with a note like, I'm leaving for a minute. I'll be back.
Thank you, Tonk. I appreciate that. And Ashley obviously does. She's still building it up.
I have barely any followers. My small little group of tribe is starting to follow me. I actually had to wait 24 hours before I could even post a live to introduce myself there. So videos are about to be coming soon. I'm going to have Jessica on my videos because, look at her. She's freaking gorgeous. Good morning, Erica.
It's nice to see you, Erica.
All right.
You're doing well. So
9
Ashley,
people in the place.
You want to go ahead and start on yours, and then I'll jump in.
All right, guys. So I was thinking a lot last night, and What in the world was that noise? Okay, so I didn't go to sleep until about 3 o'clock this morning. I had a lot on the mind. I was really open to the guides last night in my silence. My whole house was quiet. All the animals were sleeping. The kids are at dad's this weekend. So, I really had some time to gather my thoughts. And I found something really cool. I found a quote that says, "You are not separate from the whole. You are one with the sun. You are one with the earth, the air. You don't you don't have a life. You are life." So if you think about that, it's almost mind blowing because there's so much truth in that. You don't have a life. You are life. It's amazing, right? Okay. So, and then I thought a little bit harder and I thought about, life's lessons being a beautiful thing. It's like a gift, they don't always come in this help me, shiny, and hold on. Oh my God.
Yeah. And hi, Linda. It's good to
Hi,
see you.
Linda.
I'm glad you get to join in today. It'll be a good one, I promise.
Yeah, but yes, we can get disconnected, Tonk, really, and that's what it's about. These lessons that we give are a beautiful thing, and they don't come in shiny packages with bows and ribbons. Our lessons that we go through are invaluable and worth feeling every single second of, the good and the bad. And we have to remember that they're worth cherishing, and we can use these lessons to kind of guide us, to live unapologetically, and really live without limits. And another thing that I found cool that, I really pondered on last night was the moon is the perfect reminder of no matter what phase we are in, we are always whole. We always come back to that whole position, no matter what phase we're in, whether we're growing, and then we're always whole. So really thought that was a really good one too. And it really reminds you to take in a minute to realize today that without pain, you can't feel joy. If you don't know pain, you will never feel joy. And I'm a huge advocate behind that. I had a really hard childhood. For some of you that are jumped on here that are maybe family or good personal friends of mine, or my wife may have you. I had a really hard childhood, and it really took me a long time to realize that I am whole. I've been through a lot, but at the end of the day, I'm still whole. So those were just some good things to think about, and really, really try to take in that minute today and realize that without all of these life, life's ups and downs that we've been through, even the bad things, that they're worth feeling, because without that, you don't know what true joy feels like. And it's blissful, it's amazing, it's almost euphoric, it's wonderful, you know what I mean? So that was what I had for you guys today.
Okay.
Thank you, Linda.
So I just want to ask anyone who is in the room, because I see a few people are dropping off, if you could please like and share the video so we can get more people in here and hopefully reach as many people as possible. So kind of going off of what Ashley was saying, but a lot of stuff that's been coming up around me lately, and I see it everywhere, is judgment of self and others, right? And creating this disconnection, it's a very vicious cycle. And I mean, I've done it my entire life. I've always been really hard on myself, very judgmental, and ways of holding myself to such high expectations. And instead of just being proud of what I've already been through, what I've accomplished in my life, and being able to do what I do, like it's a pretty amazing journey. So there's no reason for any of us to beat us up, because we're all on different paths, on different wavelengths, and that's the beautiful part of it. There's no reason to create disconnection because we are all one, right? There's no reason to create separation. We all come from the same place for the same reason. It's just different details, and that's what life is. So when it comes to the way that we perceive our world, a lot of the time, you know, and even with dealing with difficult people, you know, sometimes we can get so wrapped up as empaths trying to help people who are lost or sick or stagnant, you know, who have been through a lot. And we're like, but we see the good in you. We just want you to do better. And we get caught up in this vicious cycle. But then other times, we start judging even ourselves for not being able to help those people, right? Like there's so much judgment and fear in this world when it comes to the way we perceive our reality. So the quote that I found says, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that I dig deep, y'all. Like when I started going through my separation and everything like that, like I really had to consider, what am I doing to keep repeating the same thing? Even
cycle,
yeah, you keep doing different, what they say, the same thing, expecting a different result. Well, how could I have all these different people come into my life of all different walks of life, all different upbringings, and yet I still kept seeming to go through very similar situations. Yeah. So what's the common denominator? Me. So then I had to start looking at myself in a new light, and I didn't have a great relationship with myself because of all the conditioning. I mean, when I say that I have been bullied my entire life, I am not joking. Even my mother was like, I didn't realize it was that bad. Well, why bring it up? Because it was almost a daily thing. I had the surgery on my face because I was bit by a dog when I was 6 years old and had to have plastic surgery to have my face put back together. And I also had a birthmark removed in the same day because they thought it was cancerous. So when I come back to school the next week,
I'm completely different.
Yeah. I had kids running from me in elementary school. Everyone that used to be my friend wasn't my friend no more. I mean, I had in third grade, I invited my whole class to my birthday party and no one showed up. Like, I mean, shit like that, right? So, of course, there's a lot of triggers when it comes to rejection, not feeling understood, or being judged on appearances, right? And it took me till I was 30 to be like, fuck this, I'm a beautiful being. Why should I care what other people think of me? Why should I listen to other people's fears and judge myself in the same way? So then I realized I started judging others hardcore when I was in my teens. It was like a defense mechanism. And you know, I figured, well, if I judge them first, then, you know, like, and it's a very, very vicious cycle. So it took a lot of growth for me to be able to look at myself in a different way and say, I don't want to be like them. I want to be a good person. I want to make a difference. And that's when I got into doing hair.
And guys, she is so serious. Like I watched her myself. Congratulations, Linda. I watched her myself we have been friends since like the 9th grade. Okay. Right. So, we've known each other practically our whole semi-adult life. Right. Okay. And I watched her go through this huge metamorphosis. Like Jess is a butterfly for real. I literally, she's my butterfly. Like I watched her grow. We lost contact with each other. We were brought back together in divine light, and we are here to save everyone and give everyone the best love and you know,
we're here to be the difference. And it's because we've been through so much. And you know, Ashley and I have had these conversations too. Hi Nick, good to see you. Thanks for joining. But we have this conversation a lot because Ashley has had a lot of trauma in her life. And I have too, just in completely different ways. And we all deal with our grief and our hurt differently. So it's very important for us to be mindful of how we're perceiving ourselves and how we're perceiving others.
Yeah.
When we choose to be that difference, we can start to change the reality around us. So what is fear and judgment? It's projection and reflection. So when you look at a situation and something pisses you off, I mean, it's either a reflection of something that has hurt you in the past or fear of bringing something out about yourself. There's a trigger in there, right? If it didn't trigger you, it wouldn't bother you. So we have to ask, what can we do about it? Well, judgment and fear can function as self-protective defense mechanisms that keep the conscious mind from discovering truths that yourself believes to be painful or unbearable, right? So that's where we need to dig, y'all. So the exercise that I have today, I just want y'all to keep these things in mind as you're going throughout your day. The strategy is simple, but it's not easy. And we all know that. There's nothing easy about growth, but it is something that is necessary.
Girl, we're all up in the incense.
Yeah, we
Listen,
are.
y'all. Where is Lachey? Lachey, are
Yeah.
you here yet? Because I am totally burning all the sage for you this morning and the rose incense. And I don't know where you are. Lachey!
Yeah, Lachey! Yeah, you know, if she was in here, she'd be blowing up the comments.
Like, girl, I love all that smoke, girl. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Nick.
So the first step that I have for everyone today.
I'm gonna put it back. I'm scared. Put it on the side of you. Or somewhere. Sorry, guys. We put our new Don't Hate Meditate. I'm gonna bring it closer so you guys can see it, even though I worked so hard to get it to stay there. Y'all, how cute is that? It's my little crystal. If you could see it, like in person, it's like it's shiny. Gorgeous. It's like holographic. It's gorgeous, right? And it's on canvas too. I love it.
Okay, so the first step that we have is being mindful. So apply mindfulness to your experience with judgment and fear by actively directing your attention towards such thoughts as they arise. So when the judgment and fear comes up, you need to bring that mindfulness in. So they're created by your mind, not necessarily facts. And it's all about how you're perceiving the experience. Label them as judgment. Allow yourself to have such thoughts without acting upon them impulsively. Observe, accept, and let it go. So the way that I take this is when, and I actually do this exercise when I found this morning, a lot of the tools that I use to get through my stuff, I realized that I already intuitively know a lot of them, but then they give me some extra steps when I actually find them.
Too, yeah.
So I always say that when triggers happen, it's always good to acknowledge, accept it, and figure out a way to release it, right? So that's when you have to become the most aware to catch yourself in the moment before it gains momentum. Because it's very easy when someone gets triggered to be like, oh, that motherfucker there. Let me tell you. And then it keeps going.
It's funny because this is actually what she's been doing with me lately. I fall victim to that a lot. I'll get into it next week. Sometimes I go, I'm an extremist. I'm either up or down. And
talk about extra.
I'm extra, y'all. I'm so extra. But she literally will ask me, like, tell them the questions that you ask me when I get triggered.
And it's actually funny because this was coming up when I was writing all of this.
Yeah.
Do you remember the day she got triggered like super bad? And I can't remember what it was actually about. If it was
I think it was about family.
It had to be about family. And I was like, well, why is it triggering you? And she's like, blah, 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 they, and I'm like, no, this doesn't have to. I'm like, what about this? And I'm working her way through it.
It was about working.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
she was getting on herself because she
because she's started, so I'm not making the money that I want to make
exactly
yet. And I was getting down on myself, and it was like
it was
fucking I never you know, I don't feel like I'm contributing, like I don't feel like I'm contributing to the family, and it took her like 20 minutes to get out of me, and I made up all these excuses. I'm tired of being home by myself. I want to start going out more. I want to see more adults and I mean, she drilled me into the point where I literally screamed out, I feel useless. And she was like,
there it is.
And I have literally felt better ever since. It was amazing. Like, it literally, she took me to the point where she kept asking me, okay, so what is it? What can you do to change it?
Yeah.
How can you make yourself feel better? How can we let this go? What is it that's really triggering you? Because I think there's something more. My guides are telling me there's something more. My guides are telling me there's something more. And I'm like, naming all these things off, and I'm getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And so I finally get like to the bottom of that pit, and I just hollered out, I feel useless. And it was like her and my wife just looked at me like, holy shit, is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Because you're so not useless. You know what I mean? And then they started naming all these things that I do, you know what I mean? And all these things that they appreciate about me. And it really put into perspective that sometimes we can have this whole, you know, outlook on ourselves of who we are or what we do and how shitty this can be, or how we always get upset about this, or you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, everyone else is not looking at you in the same light. They do not see what you see when you look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, sometimes it just takes your tribe to be like, you shut your mouth. Like she tells me all the time, you will not talk to my sister wife like that. No. I will fight you. You know what I mean? So it's that constant daily reminder. And it happens to everybody. Like everybody goes on this downward spiral. Everybody goes on this crazy, like, I'm freaking mad at myself. I'm unhappy. I'm not. And then you finally get to the bottom of it, and it gets to the root of everything. Yes. Like I felt
you have to get to the root. You think about weeds; they're pesky problems. But if you just keep snapping it off, it's going to keep growing back.
Yeah.
So you can only cover it up for so long. If you get to the root of the problem, it's, you know, you get through it easier.
Dig that shit up and throw it out.
That's what the ego does, y'all. The ego is what keeps us in a fearful mode. Yeah. Think of how many times opportunities have risen for you, like good opportunities, but the way that you subconsciously view yourself, and that's the tricky thing about ego, because it's down there. You don't think about it on the surface. You don't think you view yourself that way.
Yeah.
But then when you get to the root of the issue, I feel worthless, right?
And it's like, crazy because I was so angry about something that was so far away from that.
Yeah, it was, but that is the root of the issue. So make sure that when it comes up for you, that you're just being patient and compassionate with yourself, because we all do it. It's a natural human experience, but we want to make sure that we're conscious enough to turn it around so we can have a better experience, right? So then step number 2 is reframe the judgment in terms of consequences. Become aware of judgmental thoughts in the present moment. Step back to examine the true meaning of those judgments. What potential consequences may occur as a result of what you or another is doing? Judgmental thoughts spring from deep fear of what might happen. Try stating realistic consequences combined with your emotional experience. He just did something cruel. It resulted in me feeling shocked and hurt. Now, I actually, listen, y'all, I'm not even going to lie. I've been in therapy my whole life. So one of the best exercises because I've always had a hard time communicating with people that I care about, especially when it is something serious, because I've had my voice taken away so many times. So it's hard to talk to someone when you're fearful of them blowing up at you because you don't want the altercation. But what they told me to always say is, it hurts me when.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So it comes about in a way to let the other person know, like, listen, this is how I'm feeling about the situation, and it ends up kind of flowing into that, right?
It's a soft opening.
Yes. But you have to be aware of what you're actually feeling, because so let's say with her, she could have easily, if I wasn't a digger, I would have easily just thought, she's upset about not making enough money. She's,
it's cool.
Whatever.
I'm gonna make her smile. She's my best friend.
Exactly. But when you look at it from a different standpoint, you take that step back and say, okay, why am I actually feeling this way? And what am I actually feeling about this experience?
Yeah.
And it's all about the triggers, y'all. So
the triggers.
And honestly, like, and the fear of the reaction was always mine.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what their reaction is. All the stuff that I choked down in fear of that response ended up almost killing me. So, like,
and then it's like, you finally get to this point where you finally just start to break down.
You become tired. A shell of a person.
Your body hurts all the time. You're sleepy all the time. You stay in bed a lot. You find yourself not smiling as much. You're not wanting to talk to friends or hang out, or you know what I mean? So point being, like, we have to treat ourselves gentle. We have to understand that there are triggers. There are millions of triggers for each of us. I don't care who you are or how high up on the divine list you are.
Yeah.
You got triggers.
Oh, everyone's got triggers.
You have to be a person that understands that just because somebody acts a certain way, like I tell my daughter, she'll come home and she'll say, so-and-so is mean to me today. And I say, Katie, think about what that child goes home to in the afternoon, because you don't know that child's life. So they may go home and they may, for instance, they may be hungry when they go home. They may be going home to a grandparent, not a mother and a father.
Right.
They may be abused. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things. I mean, and it can go so many ways. Not even abuse from parents, maybe abuse from an older brother or older sister, or even a younger brother or sister. Like, for Jessica's instance, being picked on at school all the time. People didn't see that. They didn't come to her fucking birthday. You know what I mean? Like, there's
and
so
that was
many
just
things.
Elementary school.
And
we're not talking about middle and high.
And back in the day when I used to go to school, when somebody, picked on us, we felt bad about it and got butt hurt. And then a few weeks later, maybe a few years later down the road, we'd end up having problems with this person. You know what I mean? But these days, these kids are going through, there's kids killing themselves every other day because of what they're going through in school. And it's so important to not only take this in for ourselves, but to teach this to our children. Like, our children need to know that this is real life. This is what happens. Like, we had a discussion at dinner the other night. Katie, you are not meant for everyone, and everyone is not meant for you, and that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So it's just really all about just sharing the message, taking it in, understanding it for yourself, applying it to your own life, and then giving it to other people as well. You know what I mean? Like, my best friend is constantly here to remind me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting triggered right now. I can feel it in your energy. Your energy is shifting, and she's an empath. We're both empaths. So when one of us start to turn the key a little bit, it's like the other one will be like, hey, stop it right now. You know what I mean? So
you gotta nip it in the bud.
Yeah, guys, it will get really rough. So it's perfectly okay. It's normal. We're supposed to feel this. It is human to feel this. You know what I mean? So today's message is really important, you guys, and it's really important to us. So we really wanted to get into sharing some.
So step 3 is reframe in terms of goals or gratitude for others.
It's a good one.
Look at potential ways that you can grow in positive ways as a result of understanding your judgmental thinking, or how judgmental thoughts can lead you to a place of deeper appreciation for others. So the example they gave was, she always looks so great and has it all together. I'm such a mess in comparison. And that right there we have been talking about all week is the self-limiting beliefs, judging ourselves, putting into reality that we're a mess, that we're not good enough, that we're worthless, that kind of thing. But also the judgment against her or the other person is you're just seeing a surface. Like you said, you're not seeing what's actually going on behind closed doors. I can tell you right now that when I left my husband, no one had a clue what was going on. Even my own mother, because I didn't tell her everything. The only person that knew was my best friend, Christian. She knew everything that was going on. And I completely shut down. I didn't tell anyone what was going on. And when I actually had the courage to leave, everyone was like, what the fuck, Jess? And it's, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. You're only seeing the surface view.
Yeah.
So when we look at other people's, and I know we all do it, we all have self-body images, even in the hair industry. I can't tell you how many times I've had people come in and just drastically want to change themselves. They want something that they don't have. Everyone wants something else, instead of just embracing the way that we actually are. If you have straight hair, you wish you had curly hair. If
and
you
it's
have
so funny you
hair,
brought that up because my whole
hair.
life I've always had this long, blonde, straight hair. And now that I'm getting older and I've stopped caring about my hair being curly or not, do you guys see how my hair is now? Like, this is normal. This is out of the bed. So, like, you know what I mean? So a lot of times we want for things that we don't have. When you stop wanting for them, they come. You know what I mean? It's an amazing world out there.
It is. And everything will line up as it's meant to. So when the judgment arises, taking that awareness of, hey, this isn't a positive, loving thought. Let me dissect it. Let me go dig deeper on this. What can I learn from this?
It's not fun.
It's not fun,
but it's meaningful and it's helpful.
You can turn it into an exercise that does, make it a little easier for you, however that may fall. But mostly being aware and being willing to dissect it is where the true work is, right? That's the hardest part. So okay, so rather than letting it end where I'm a mess, she has it all put together, and potentially result in distress. Like, okay, so when she was upset about her money not coming in enough and being in a state of lacking, when you're in a state of lacking, what do you receive? More lack. You know what I'm saying? When we have to change our mindset to, I am abundant, I have all the resources I need, putting those positive affirmations out there. But they want you to take it a step further and reframe it. So she seems to really take the time to put herself together and present herself well. I admire that and would like to learn how to do that myself. You know what I'm saying? And
it is. It's so easy. Wordplay, man. That's the whole name of the game. Wordplay. Switch up your, instead of saying, what did we say last night? Instead of saying, this person does that, you can say, I wish that I could help this person understand that this is how it looks from the outside.
Right.
You know what I mean? Instead of just saying, oh, she's a bitch. You know what I mean? And that's real talk. Instead of just saying, she's a bitch, she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that. Instead of saying that, you can say, I wish that I could help her understand that this is what's happening. This is what it looks like from the outside. I wish that I could help her be a better person. You know what I mean? So it's just that wordplay, man.
It is. It's all about wordplay and how you're actually viewing everything that's happening. But and again, it's about that projection. So think about the first statement. Wow, she really has it all together and I'm such a mess. So you're the reflection you're seeing is that I'm not putting enough time into myself, therefore I'm creating the separation that she's better than me, right? So instead of going to that extreme, and that's what's subconsciously going on, take that time to say, wow, I really admire that she does that for herself and takes that time to take care of herself. I want to do that for myself too. So number 4 is actively look for the exception and what is going unnoticed. We all have strengths and weaknesses that are a result of many factors and interactions between those factors, including biology, temperament, personality, attachment, style, environment, cognitive factors. Our judgments of what others tend to be are skewed. We don't know their journey, and judgments are made in terms of comparison. It's all superficial because we're overly focusing on what is perceived strengths of others and perceived weaknesses of self. So where you're thinking, I'm a mess, she has it all, that's where that superficial, because you don't know. She might be putting on makeup to cover a black eye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's so
she
many.
Might be wearing that cute hat and sunglasses and got the whole nine.
Because she got her ass whipped last night.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Or she's got a wig on because she's going through cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, and it's so many things that it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many. I can't freaking. And you guys, I'm blind.
But you don't know either, because that woman might have some of the worst self-conscious issues, probably worse than you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and maybe she grew up poor, so she decided she'd work hard to make a life for herself,
all that money.
and really take that time to take care of herself, because she took care of her siblings when she was younger. She was already a mother at the age of 6. You know what I'm saying? Like,
guys, that's me.
So look at the bigger picture and notice all the times that you have done well, and that's where you need to turn it around.
Exactly.
So the last step is applying validation. Judgmental and fearful thinking often serves to actively invalidate yourself or others in some way. Transform these thoughts into validating statements, such as, I'm such a failure, to progress and change take time and practice. I choose to be patient and direct compassion towards myself right now. Okay.
That's a good one too.
It is a good one. So those are the steps that I have for your mindful motivation.
I do too, Linda. I'm the crystal queen.
So I have some affirmations that I want to read to everyone. So anyone who does want to join in, I will ask that you get comfortable sitting, standing, lying down, however you want to do this, but just take a second for yourself right at this moment, okay? Gently close your eyes, take a really nice deep breath, and place your hand on your heart. You can either say these aloud or say them in your head, but really allow these affirmations to sink into your heart space, okay? Take one nice, big, deep breath. Releasing all tension and fear. Allowing these affirmations to flow into your mind and sink into your core. Allowing your subconscious to absorb these and hold these tight for safekeeping. I am kind to myself and others. I am showing compassion. I release all fear and judgment. I am aware of my fearful thinking. I choose to see through loving eyes. I am patient through my changes. I am generous with my journey. I am taking one step at a time. I have a full heart. I understand that without pain, there cannot be joy. I choose to focus on the positive. I see through Creator's eyes. I have love for all beings. I release any attachments that no longer serve me. I am free. I release all restraints. I remove the blindfold so I can see clearly. I love myself. I am changing for the better. I am of service to myself and others. I take care of my mind, body, and soul. I am productive. It is a great day. So I hope you enjoy those affirmations in today's motivational morning. So let me know.
Yeah, let us know if y'all are digging it, if we should keep moving it the same way, or you guys want to hear something. Can you guys think of any ideas of something that you would like to hear in the morning? Because, I mean, coffee, sage, incense, motivation, meditation, affirmations, intentions. I mean, we're hitting them all, y'all. We're doing the most for y'all. We really want to be there for you guys, and that's
sweet
great
talk.
We love to hear that. That's amazing. Girls fight back.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, I love, this is one of my favorite sweaters.
And she does bite also.
Yes. It's so funny because I went to go help her wife go pick up an entertainment center from a client's house, and and I was sitting out front for like 15 minutes because Ren was stuck in traffic, and all of a sudden this lady walks out. She knocks on my window. She's like, "You want to come on in?" I was like, "Are you sure?" She goes, "Well, you don't look like a murderer." I was like, "Well, I guess I am kind of harmless." We'll just say in my younger days, I was pretty scary. I locked that bitch down.
And what's terrible is when we were in high school, we were like, we were kind of wild.
We were wild. Don't even let
We
her
were
wild.
We didn't let
her
nobody talk shit.
No. Very protective.
So glad you guys had a great morning with us. This is great. We'll be here the same time tomorrow.
Yeah, I like doing this. Nelson. Yes. Dude,
thank you.
Like, I'm telling you, Nelson, when she sent it to you, she let me know what the reading was, and I was just like,
I did a rune cast for Nelson, guys, and he
so accurate.
And that's what she told me. I was like, I hope that he loves it, and then I didn't hear back from you last night, so I was like, oh no. So I'm so glad it resonated with you, Nelson. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, because like, okay, y'all, Nelson is like my big brother. I love this man. He has been such a great support for me throughout my journey, and so, we've been talking a lot this last year. So there's a lot of information. And just like with anyone else, like, information's private, whether we're friends or not.
Thank you, Tom.
So Ashley didn't know anything. When she told me the information that she got, I was like, oh my God, like, how would you even know that? So now I understand what people experience when they're getting readings from me. Like, how would you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So thank you so much, Tonk. I really appreciate you.
Yes, Linda, Soul Tribe, baby. We're so happy that you guys are starting every morning. We have more and more people, and it's amazing. Right now, we're up to 9 people in the room. And do you know how many lives that is in one morning? That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing for showing up for us today. And we're thank you, Nelson. I'm glad it was accurate. I'm so glad you enjoyed your reading. I put a lot of love into it for you. No, you haven't told us your name. We just call you Tom. Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad it helps your neck, Nick.
Yeah, how is your neck? I mean, are you going to be in the brace much longer?
Hi, Nick? Cynthia.
Oh, hey, Cynthia. Well, now we know. Tonk is Cynthia.
We might still call you Tonk, though, because that's your name.
I like it.
Tonk/Cynthia.
Yeah, no. How do I take that off?
I don't know what that is. Y'all just ignore that because this guy's just doing some random. We're not talking about our government, honey. This is morning motivation. We don't do politics here. Hold on, guys. We're doing some comment. Yeah, make sure you, yeah. Them.
There we go.
Holla.
All right.
Sometimes you gotta boot them.
Good morning, Carlton.
Hi, honey. I was wondering where you were.
Sorry you missed most of it. So definitely go back and replay it.
Grab some pen and paper. It was good today.
It was.
I urge all of you to go back and watch the replay and take some notes down. I know we were kind of spread out between like the steps and then our personal, happenings and then the steps. But go back, write them down, write those affirmations down, those intentions, set them high, y'all, and try and have a great day. Yeah, I know you're always just getting off, Carlton. Where you're in Louisiana, right?
He's actually in Texas right now.
Texas right now. Okay. Yeah, I know. We're all rooting for you, Nick.
Yeah, if everyone could just send Nick a bunch of positive, loving energy, focus on his neck healing very, very soon.
Yeah, Linda.
I really want you to get that loving, healing energy going.
Do me a favor, Nick, and hit Jessica up or find my YouTube and follow me and email me. I do some crystal healing, and I think that would highly benefit you. Me and Jessica could get together and maybe do a
crystal Reiki session on you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We could definitely do that to help you.
And I think we talked about doing Reiki on you,
I think we did too. And Linda, I completely understand. My brother is actually a sergeant in the Army.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that have served, and it is terrible. Yeah. I just don't want that in my chat room.
We don't do politics in here. This isn't the room for politics.
No, it is not. So I hope everyone enjoyed today's session. If y'all have any suggestions on what you might want to see, what you want us to focus on, let us know. We're open to suggestions. Otherwise, we're just going to keep winging it, and hopefully everything turns out well. Y'all seem to be liking it. So make sure you share that love and support. Share the video, send us any information on
No, Lou, we do care about our soldiers, honey. We're doing more morning motivation right now, so we're not. And I'm not taking responsibility for something that I did not directly do. Also.
Where is this coming from?
Where is this coming from?
So
we love all of you out here. They're spamming us, man. They're spamming us.
So
remember to follow, like, and share. Yes. Jump over to my YouTube, give that a follow. Find us on Insta. It's in the description because we always post weekly motivation and weekend motivation as well. So you guys could really benefit from that as well. Plus we have awesome pictures. I mean, it's a win-win.
Right.
So you guys get at us and definitely let us know what's going on. You too, honey. Have a good weekend. I think that we are going to go, this is something we haven't done in a really long time. I think we're going to go walk around our fair.
Yeah. It's been several years since I've been to the fair. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, but I will definitely give it a shot. I'm open to anything.
You guys might get a lot from there.
I know, I'll definitely have to ground myself and
we love you too, Linda.
Put up my shield because
thanks, Carlton.
I keep getting more and more sensitive. So
we're just pulling in everybody else's vibe.
So yeah, okay. I will not be getting Charlie today because my stepdaughter. I know it is what it is. It's all gonna happen.
She's a teenage girl. She's got stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, she wanted to go to an amusement park with her mom, and they were gonna have to leave early this morning. So I'm gonna go pick him up tomorrow, between 12 and 1. So when I'm taking him on his walk before I bring him home, I will definitely make sure I put some videos. And trust me, you'll see a lot more of him because he'll be with me.
We're thinking about incorporating all of our dogs. Listen, we will have 4 dogs in this house. We do have a very spacious house.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have so many critters here, and it's exciting because we don't know how they're gonna react to each other yet. No. So guys, put in good vibes for us, and I want everybody to say it with us. Charlie will be happy here. He will be healthy here. Moo, Paxton, and Baxter will love him, and they will love each other, and everything is going to go great. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be awesome. Good
Hey,
morning.
girl, how are
You just
you?
missed us,
You
girl.
did miss it. So
Run that back, girl. Run that back and get that replay.
So before we hop off, we came up with a new slogan that we want to share with you. So she told me I wouldn't do it, but I'm going to.
All right, she's gonna do it, y'all.
Our new slogan is "Smudge You Off." So
all the love and light.
All the love and light. I will see you very, very soon. I will be trying to finish up the generals today. So if not, it might be first thing next week. So I'm just trying to catch up on.
We're trying, and then we're still trying to throw in some mini readings throughout the week too. So we've been really stretched, and we're both still learning too. We're taking new classes, and you know what I mean. I'm finishing up my yoga certifications, and it's like there's so much going on. We're just like jerked all over the place. So y'all hang tight with us, and I totally appreciate y'all being here with us and being part of our tribe. We love you.
Love you. See you soon. Bye.